Reports of our demise are greatly exaggerated. You're watching the Let's Not Do This podcast, coming at you live on a Thursday, August 1st, the first of the month. Some people like Chris are very happy. The year of our Lord, 2024. You got the big O, Leon Oliver, sitting alongside two of the three unwise men. To my left, Scotty Too Hottie. How are you, sir?
Oh, not too bad. My O's made some moves. Football is kind of back. Chris is making a Saw movie, I think it looks like.
Yeah, there's a rusty radiator in the background behind him. Chris, did you trade in the Domino's warehouse that you were broadcasting from before for a squalid basement somewhere?
I'm in the same house, but y'all kept complaining about my internet connection, so I am plugged in directly to the fucking modem. If I have internet problems now, that's a problem.
Nice. I think I like this better anyways. I like the faded background.
Yeah, it looks nice. It's the Chris's den of inequity, what we're talking about here. This is where he's coming from. So we apologize the last couple of weeks not being able to get together to do this show. We know all 37 of you in Estonia missed it. We're going to go ahead and blame Chris for those scheduling difficulties. And from henceforth, we'll just not do the show without him or have him executed. One of the two. We'll have a poll each week to see what we do with him. All right, boys. Well, I was gone. What was it, last week? Why we couldn't do the show? I was in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. You guys know that it's a Commonwealth.
I've heard that.
Yes. Do you know the other Commonwealths in America?
Virginia, Kentucky, Massachusetts.
Boom. I believe that's all of them for states. Virginia, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Massachusetts. Yeah. Chris, you actually got all four of them right. Look at you. You know what?
Not a dumbass.
I only would have got Virginia, so.
I'll buy you a beer. Well, I was in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and when's the last time you guys been to Pennsylvania?
I went to Philadelphia in 6th grade.
And you survived, so that's always good. Whenever one goes to Philly and they come back alive, that's a successful trip.
It was a mission.
You should go to Kensington, Philadelphia right now. There's a lot of people that need the Lord. You can go help them, Chris. By the way, think about it. BYU has missionaries and stuff, and then you have Chris. Like, you imagine, like, some clean-cut guy coming to your door with a blue tie and stuff, maybe a girl, and she's, like, in her white blouse with the guy in the blue tie, and, you know, they're very debonair, and they're very good kids. And then Chris shows up with a pack of Newports. You want to know about God?
Yeah.
I got that.
Nobody's answering the door for him.
Yeah, no. Well, I was in Pennsylvania visiting some friends and family, and went to go buy some alcohol. Now, buying alcohol in this great Commonwealth of Virginia, super easy. So easy, Chris can do it. We go to the store, 6 a.m., boom, you can buy booze in Virginia. We've all done it. I've gone to the store in college at 6 a.m. with my fraternity brothers with 6 shopping carts full of Natty Ice. We check out. The lady at the register at the Harris Teeter remarks to us, "Y'all need Jesus." Ma'am, you are correct. We probably did need Jesus, and we probably still do. But nevertheless, we got really drunk that day. Well, have y'all ever tried to buy booze in Pennsylvania?
No. That was
Yes, I have.
It is a fucking clown show. And this fucking fakakta state government, I'm talking about you assholes in Harrisburg. It's your ugly ass state capital. Look at it. It looks like a used condom up top or half of a melon or something. I don't know what it is. But fuck this state. Okay?
It's kind of a cool looking building, actually.
This state. No, it's not. Nothing is cool there, okay? All because of how they make you buy alcohol. In Virginia, of course, you can't buy liquor at the grocery store. You have to go to the ABC store. We all accept that. There's some states like the free state of Florida, You can just go to Publix and buy some booze. Hey, that's the free state of Florida. Pennsylvania, you can buy beer in the grocery store. You can buy wine in the grocery store. You cannot buy liquor in the grocery store. Okay, no harm, no foul. Pennsylvania, I went to a Wegmans to buy booze. They had 3 fucking lanes, 3, with green lights on, that you had to buy alcohol there. You couldn't go to any other lanes. You couldn't go to self-checkout anywhere else. It had to be those 3 lanes to buy booze. The reason I was given by the employee was that they have underage people working. Now, fuck me if I'm stupid, but
You are.
I don't have people underage working in grocery stores. I think we all have had to get someone, go get a manager to put in approval to buy booze. Ain't that big of a deal. But you can only buy it there. So, okay, no problem. That's your stupid fakakta law. Whatever. I get up to the register, and as the show graphic entails here, I have a Tailgate All-Star pack. Yards Brewing in Philadelphia. Lovely little brewery off of Canal Street. You should check it out. Go down there, and I see the Kyle Schwarber tailgate pack. There's a lime beer. There's the Philly Standard, which is like a Hawaiian punch. There's the Philly Standard Orange. Great. It's a 15 pack. 15 beers. And then the Stone Arrogant Bastard. That one little single can there. Great. I'm going to buy these 2 things. I'm headed to a cookout. This 15 pack is my contribution. I get stopped by the girl at the register that tells me she cannot legally sell this to me because it's more than 192 goddamn fluid ounces of alcohol. In the awful Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, they have a stupid ass law where you can only purchase 190 ounces of alcohol to go at one point. 192 ounces of alcohol to go at one point from a grocery store. Now, you can go to a beer distributor, which we don't do in Virginia. You can go to, Scotty's Wholesale and buy a keg there. You can buy cases there. They don't have cases in grocery stores. The most they have is a 15 pack. So what's 15 times 80? Is anyone smart here? Does anyone have a calculator on them?
Say 15 times 8?
15 times 12. Fuck me. What's 15 times 12?
180.
180. There we go. That's why I knew the 80 was in there somewhere. 15 times 12 is 180. So then I had a tall boy of the Stone that was 22 ounces. That put me over the 192 ounce limit. So I asked her, what am I supposed to do? You can either go outside and come back in again, she told me. Or
which I'm pretty sure she's not supposed to tell you that.
Yeah. Or she goes, I had my wife with me. She goes, or she can buy it. So sly old Leon, of course, pays for the one single can and then makes my wife 15 pack. Sorry about that, baby. I'll Venmo you later. But
yeah, right.
Yeah, no, it's not
it's lost.
I couldn't buy a 15 pack and a goddamn one single can. No wonder Eagles fans are so drunk and violent. Were they just making moonshine in their homes and taking the league? Now it's like, what do Philly fans do? And she goes, oh, that's why they get so drunk. Well, how can you get drunk if you can't buy it? Apparently, they stock up during the week, is what many people told me. So if the 3 of us are going to an Eagles game, we're all going to buy a 15 pack of beer, put it in our homes today, go do it again Friday, go do it again Saturday. That's our tailgate beer.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably why people in Pennsylvania are such assholes.
Listen,
people in Pittsburgh aren't very nice either.
Listen, this is a fucking state, okay, that has a fire. Okay, the Centralia tire fire has been going since the goddamn 60s. Okay, they got bigger fish to fry. They abandoned a town. There's literally a town that was abandoned because there is a goddamn coal mine tire fire or whatever. It's like the tire fire in The Simpsons. But let's not fix that. Let's not put that out. No. The Pennsylvania Alcohol Gestapo says no. You have to have 192 fluid ounces of beer and not one more ounce, or we're going to put your ass in the goddamn tire fire out there. What a fucked up state. You know what? I want them to succeed. Okay, so we can go to war in Pennsylvania. All right, Gettysburg 2, Electric Boogaloo. That's what I want. I want us to crush this state. Ohio, you have now been usurped as my most hated state in the country. Pennsylvania has now passed you.
Damn.
Wow.
And yeah, my one alcohol buying experience in Pittsburgh, this is probably like 10 years ago. Go to a liquor store and they only have like single beers and they're super expensive. So then I found out you can go to this, like, I don't know if it was a distributor, but it was just a little white building. It was shady as fuck. Yeah. You have to go in there and it's like a window they open. You tell them what they want. You can't see anything. And then they just bring you what you ask for. I felt like I was doing a drug deal. It was not an enjoyable experience.
The beer distributor that I did pass, leaving that Wegmans on the way to the cookout I was going to, it looked like Chris's abduction factory that he's in down here.
That's probably where he's at.
So then I say that to update this story with this. I'm on my way over. I'm going home, getting ready for this podcast. I'm out of beer. I stop at the old Kroger. Of course, I buy my 6-pack of Tall Boy of hams. In my fridge, I buy my very cheap case of just regular Miller. Not High Life, not Miller Lite, just regular old Miller. That's a great cheap beer. And then I said, you know what, boys? We're doing the podcast tonight. We're having a little fun. It's Wednesday. Let's bust out the 40, son. Let's get the 40 going, okay? So I got
it's Thursday, but
of the High Life, all right? This would be illegal in Pennsylvania. And you know why? Because they're a bunch of cucks. We're free in the Commonwealth of Virginia here, sir, okay? We are free. Free as we'll ever be, okay? Take that, Zach Brown. We're free. Goddamn Pennsylvania. You know what? I drink to Virginia. Thank you.
Wow. What day of the week is it again?
Today is Thursday. It's not. Oh my God, this is terrible.
Yeah, you knew that when you bought it.
I haven't had one of these since college, and in college we used to have a thing called Welfare Wednesday, where we would scrounge up pocket change and go to 7-Eleven across the street, and we would buy 40s and play with 40 hands. So a day late for Welfare Wednesday.
Let's not even ask why you call it that.
The people know. The people fucking know.
Say it with your chest.
Racist.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. But yes, Pennsylvania can kiss every part of my ass. All right. Fuck that state.
It's a lot of kissing.
Well, you know what? I hope they get every square inch too. I don't even know who the governor there is anymore. Last one I knew was Tom Ridge. So I'm going to just go ahead and say, Tom Ridge, you can do it. I don't even know anymore.
No, they'll only kiss 192 pounds of it, though.
Well played, sir. Well played. Well, you know what? I digress now. I just need to get that out. You know, as they told Clayton Bigsby, if you got hate in your heart, let it out. So I had to let that out about that awful Fakakta state, and I hope Canada comes and takes it because I won't fire a single shot in their defense. Go ahead and take it, Canada. The doors, hey diddle right up the middle. The door's wide open. Come down to Lake Erie, go to Huron, whatever it is to get there. Hey diddle, go to Pennsylvania and take it because we don't want it. I'm done with it.
They're not taking Pennsylvania. They don't want that.
Fuck Philly sports.
Let's make a trade.
I'm with you.
I like the even number for once in my life, the 50 states that we have. Let's boot Pennsylvania and let's add Puerto Rico.
I'm down.
I'm down. Like better looking women. It's warmer. Yes, we lose cheesesteaks. Yes, we lose Permane Brothers and the Pittsburgh sandwiches. That's a big loss, those two things. But I'm willing to live with it.
Puerto Rican food's better than all that shit anyways.
Yeah, you know what? And they're not as fat there. So you got less of me walking around. So you know what? It's probably good for the country.
Yeah, that's true.
Pennsylvania assholes. Fuck you. I hope the Eagles go 0-17.
Fuck you, Philly.
Thank you.
Oh, the built-in blur. Nice.
The blur actually worked. All right. Well, speaking of football, Hall of Fame game coming up here in just over an hour. We got Canton, Ohio. Are you guys ready for? Actually, can you name the two quarterbacks in this graphic?
Tyler Bagent.
Which one is he?
And he's the Bears quarterback, and the other one is the kid with the long neck, right?
Yep.
Davis
Mills.
Yeah, there it is.
Yes.
Davis Mills.
No CJ Stroud, no Caleb Williams, which I think, you know what, guys, let's start there as we talk about this game. Caleb Williams, #1 overall pick, not making his NFL debut, I guess you could say, tonight. Look, I get it. You don't want to get a guy hurt in preseason. He's going to be their starter. But he's never taken a snap in a live NFL game. Like, don't you at least put him out there for a series? Like,
no.
He's a rookie.
Not for the Hall of Fame game. Fuck no.
Yeah, this is an extra game. These teams play an extra preseason game, so there's no reason to put anybody out there yet.
Is this extra? Did they play 4 instead of 3?
I don't even know. Our research department.
Switch to 3. I just know they've always played an extra game because I always thought it was unfair.
I think it's still.
Why not give them a bye week?
I don't know.
I think they get off one of the weeks of the regular preseason, but whatever. It doesn't fucking matter. Preseason football is bullshit. It's just an excuse to get drunk and watch people hit each other for a little bit.
Well,
it doesn't matter.
That's the thing. I'm like, preseason football is one of those things like you're really excited about. I go through this every blue moon with. You guys ever have hash, like that really shitty breakfast food hash?
Yeah.
Not like hash browns, but like actual hash.
Corned beef and hash, yeah.
Like once a year, and once again, fuck you, Pennsylvania, because hash and scrapple and stuff. Like once a year, I'll eat that, and I get excited about it. I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. Okay, I remember this. Kind of go back to my roots a little bit. Okay. And then you get halfway through it, and you remember, like, this is god-awful and terrible. And no wonder everyone in the state has the IQ of a fucking Permane Brothers sandwich. That's how I feel about preseason football. You get really excited about it, right? It's like, oh, man, football's back. Let's go. And then after the first 2 series, you're literally watching guys that are going to be working for State Farm and Kinko's in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's not real football. It's reminded me of when I watched the new Roadhouse. Like, it's going to be terrible, and it's not going to be anything like the real Roadhouse, but I'm going to watch anyways, just because it's Roadhouse. This is not real football.
Be completely honest for a second?
Okay.
Sure.
I didn't know the Hall of Fame game was today until I read the rundown this afternoon.
And you know
I
what?
knew, but I forgot all about it. And then I saw like something, the Hall of Fame games tonight, like on my phone. I was like, oh shit.
And you know what? Whichever one you said it's an extra game was correct. They did cut the preseason down to 3 games, but the Bears, apparently, I'm looking at their preseason schedule. Texans today, Bills on the 10th, Bengals on the 17th, and then Chiefs on the 22nd. So they are playing 4 preseason games.
Yeah, so no reason to put anybody out there.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess. I mean, well, no one's going to play in the 4th one. The 4th one used to always be literally guys that are, going to be delivering pizzas in 2 weeks. But I don't know. I figured maybe you see Caleb Williams out there gets a team that's supposed to be pretty good if Houston plays these starters on defense. I don't know, but
yeah, I don't think either team is playing any starters. So it's just a welcome back. Congrats to the Hall of Famers. Next week's when it starts for real, I guess.
Well,
I made 2 bets on it though.
You are legitimate.
Half units. I had your numbers are outdated there, but I got the Bears plus 2.5 and then under 32.5.
You are a fucking degenerate.
Our graphics department isn't able to update on the fly. This was as of 11 a.m., sir.
Yeah.
Courtesy of our friends.
We start getting gamblers that follow the show. They're gonna not like that.
Hey, well, they can call it our graphics department to update things. Maybe, or just go to Pennsylvania and place your bets, assholes. everything there is like 6 years behind anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Remember, they got a goddamn fire going since the 60s, okay? This fire is older than countries, okay? We almost lost to South Sudan in basketball. This fire, well, not the other day, but beforehand. We'll talk about that later. This fire is older than the country of South Sudan, okay? Pennsylvania's got bigger problems to worry about.
The fire's older than everybody that's ever been on the show.
That's very true. That's very true.
And Ryan's old.
He started the fire.
I was gonna say, it's like The Office. Ryan started the fire.
Yes. That's what happened to his hair. It actually fell out in the fire. That's why it's still burning. All the Jerry curl that he had in it back in the day, it actually has kept that fire burning. The toxicity of our city, aka System of a Down there. See what I did. But I digress. All right, this game tonight, are you guys watching it? You're excited about it. Scotty, you placed 2 bets. What did you bet on?
Just told you. I'll tell you again.
You weren't listening.
The Bears plus 2.5, and just because I think Mr. Bagent, however you say it, if you saw this press conference the other day, I forget what the exact question was, but it was essentially, is he worried about the backup job? And he was kind of fired up and said, I've been working my ass off all off season. I haven't had a chance to really listen to anything. But he was kind of fired up. I think he has something to prove. You get 2.5, take it in preseason. Okay. And then Hall of Fame game, you always take the under. It went up to 32.5. So,
okay, there we go. So, live odds update there from Sky to Hottie. Chris, you put any money on this?
Fuck no. I don't have any money, and I would not put any money on this if I did.
No player props. It's bullshit.
Yeah. When I loaded up in the awful state of Pennsylvania, I did load up on a lot of unders for college football. And before we go into some other stuff, I did want to get to that. The ACC, which, by the way, the ACC is the Pennsylvania of athletic conferences.
Don't say that.
Always day late in the dollar report. No, the media day was last week. I watched all the press conferences and stuff while I was supposed to be working. The media days were last week. The preseason poll comes out yesterday. Everyone's gone. Why not release it during the fucking media days so you have another talking point? People can address it. They put it out afterwards. It's like, hey, everybody, here's our big company awards party. And then 3 days later, hey, Chris, you won a Performer of the Year. I mean, these are things that'll never happen, but you know. So ACC preseason media poll is out here. As you will know, we got some new teams, 17 teams in the league this year. Virginia occupying a very familiar spot toward the bottom of the league there. I call that the academic section of the league. You look at
seriously.
DC and Wake and Virginia and Stanford, which, by the way, I didn't create this graphic. Did you see the ACC got community noted on X?
What?
You know how you know how you post something on X and it's like factually inaccurate or people want to give context to it?
Fact checked, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Add a community note to it. Well, they posted about Katie Ledecky and all the medals that she has. And they were like ACC legend at the bottom. And they got community noted. And it said Katie Ledecky was at Stanford from blah, 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 to blah, blah, blah. Stanford joined the ACC this year. It's like when they do ACC basketball legends. And they're like, here's John Wallace for Syracuse. And it's like, nope. But yes, Stanford 17, Virginia 16. You'll see Virginia Tech number 6 there. Scotty, you're our resident Hokie. I'll start with your thoughts. What do you think? Virginia Tech 6.
I think that's fair. Their big game is going to be Miami. I believe it's at Miami.
Yeah,
but if they win that game, they could make it to the championship game. Or they could just fall on their face like they do when they have expectations. I mean, really, they can go anywhere. They can finish anywhere from 2 to 14. But I think 6 is seems fair for the off season. Maybe
I
for
saw-
returning like the most production. I know in the ACC, maybe in the country, we have one of the better quarterbacks coming back in the ACC. Brent Pryve is doing a lot better recruiting. So yeah, I think 6 is fair. 5 or 6 is where we should be.
A lot of positive momentum in Blacksburg. The quarterback Drones is really good. I forget the commentator. Someone had mentioned him as like a possible dark horse Heisman person. I think 6 is fair. I think that team at 7 at SMU is going to surprise a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people have watched SMU over the years. I think they have talent. They're deep. They're well coached, and they have money. And I think that team is going to be a fly in the ointment in the ACC in football for a while. I'm the resident NC State fan here, along with Ryan, who continues his soul-searching journey. I think 4 is about fair. Actually, I think it's a little disrespectful. And I know Dave Doran likes to use things to motivate the team. I think we see this every year. Miami tends to get overvalued. And I think there are a lot of questions still with Miami. There's always a lot of hype, but it never comes through with Miami. NC State, it's weird. The question is actually the defense this year. The offense on paper at least looks really good. Grace McCall looks great. The running back Waters they got from Duke should be explosive. Noah Rogers coming in from Ohio State. I mean, on paper, it's a very good offense. And they're shifting to like an air raid, going to throw it a little bit more. On paper, it should be good. I just don't know what Miami's done to necessarily warrant those outside of recruit very well. So I think they can use that. And a lot of people have stated it's a dark horse playoff team. A lot of people are saying possibly 10-2 with maybe a loss to Clemson, maybe a loss to Tennessee. You win one of those games, Clemson would probably be the more important one to win. You win one of those games, and if they win the other games they're supposed to, I don't see how they're not in the playoffs. But Chris, you're the resident Cavalier fan. How the other half lives over here, down at 16. Are you looking forward to Virginia football?
When's basketball season start?
You sure you want that too?
Yeah, I think we'll be a little bit better than that. Fuck, I don't know, man. I hope we're headed in the right direction offensively under Elliott. Who the fuck knows? I don't know. We'll see what happens.
I like the quarterback.
Maybe we can fit in the top 15. That'd be great.
I like the quarterback Calandria, but we'll see who wins.
Is he going to start there?
That's the question: is who's going to win that battle, and how much of a battle is it going to be between him and Musket? And if Musket continues to fire like a musket and not like a rifle, that's terrible. I blew myself if I didn't. But yeah, so I don't know. We'll see. If Tony Elliott doesn't have a good year this year, the conversation will start being had, right? I mean, the unspeakable tragedy that program went through, I think, did buy him a little bit more time. But this
is the year.
You got to start winning, and he's getting his ass kicked on the recruiting trail in state, and you got to win some football games. Like there's got to be some sort of hope somewhere eventually. Some sort of upward progression.
Yeah, this is it. So we'll see.
All right, we'll see. Well, another thing that we'll see, you guys saw, I didn't see the Olympics because I have not watched the Olympics because I don't give a fuck at all. I usually watch boxing. Didn't watch that. Didn't watch soccer. Really, I really have not watched anything.
Some of us are patriotic, so
hey,
yeah, some of us love our country.
Well, I'm glad that we pretend to love people in obscure sports that we'll never see. By the way, I love that I'm the person shitting on obscure sports. I watch sailing, for God's sakes. I watch Super League rugby.
We won a rowing gold medal right before we came on here.
Oh, lovely.
Well, it was live. I don't know if it was live or a replay.
I think I saw where Team GB did as well for Great Britain. So if you, shit in one hand and have that in the other, you still have a hand of shit. So it really doesn't matter, But I digress.
What?
I heard a drunk tell me that in the bar once before, and I think I fucked it up. It might have been Chris.
If you need to go to the bathroom, we can.
Bathroom cam. Chris, what are you drinking there?
Water.
Oh, I thought it was vodka. All All right. Well, Olympics, USA dispatched South Sudan in basketball. I would rather exchange places with Evan Gershowitz, who was released from the Russian prison. I would rather exchange places with him rather than watch that game. You guys saw it. What are your takeaways from USA being a country that asks us for food routinely?
South Sudan is very, very good at basketball. They don't even have their two most famous players. I don't know if they're their best players, but Thonmaker and Bol Bol not playing. So they are very talented. They're on the way up. Luol Deng doing a bang-up job. Royal Ivy, you know Royal Ivy, played for Texas.
Yeah.
He's the coach. Mariel Shayok from UVA and Iowa State fame, fucking playing great. They have a chance to medal, I think. It's a very slim chance, but they have a shot. They are a very good team, fun to watch. Kevin Durant played this game, and he's a huge difference maker.
Are these guys actually like from South Sudan? There was a situation where, I mean, I'm not denigrating anyone's heritage. What I'm asking is, like, do they live there now? Were they born there? Or was it like a situation where Mike Piazza played for Italy because his grandparents were Italian?
No, I don't know this for sure, so I probably shouldn't make any assumptions. But
take a Kaepernick on that one. I'll put you on the spot.
You're gaslighting us, Leon.
Yes. Well, I didn't know. I was
thinking
picture South Sudan, much less Sudan, with basketball.
Right.
Whatever. I'm going very good arenas here.
The country's been around for 10 years. So I'm assuming that a lot of them are refugees who ended up in different places, Australia, the United States. A lot of them played basketball in college here, and a few of them played over in Australia. So,
nice. Well, it's a great story. And I mean, if you look at the NBA, and I know they have, the NBA Africa League?
Yep.
I forget what country that's based out of, but I mean, that really is an endorsement of the NBA being a global game. We always think about soccer. It's like a global game, and baseball, at least to certain areas. I mean, you don't really think baseball in Europe, even though Chase Utley and MLB are trying to grow that. But I mean, basketball is a global game, and I think you're starting to see other countries produce really good talent. It's not necessarily the USA just, mollywopping everybody.
No, I mean, we're starting to mollywop everybody, but Kerr is finally playing the matchups. He was sticking with Embiid. Embiid didn't play in this game versus him playing half the game against them the first time around. He's just big and awkward and slow and can't keep up. So Kerr's playing the matchups. We'll see what happens, but I don't anticipate anybody, maybe France, keeping it within 15.
Big, awkward, and slow and can't keep up. It sounds like somebody on this podcast.
You?
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of agree with the gist of what Chris was saying. I was more impressed with South Sudan than any take I had on USA. Other than Joel Embiid not playing and good things happening. But both games against the US, South Sudan is like shooting lights out. But yeah, they're definitely on the rise, other than them playing the wrong national anthem for Sudan.
Did that happen?
Not the USA game. I think it was must have been their first game. Yeah, they played
against Puerto Rico.
Did they play Sudan's national anthem?
I'm not sure. I didn't see the whole thing. I'm a headline reader, but yeah, I definitely saw where it said they play the wrong national anthem, and you see like the players kind of standing around looking like confused, like not knowing if they should stand with their hand in their heart or. It was very awkward.
This Olympics has been a travesty and mockery of some things, because I did see when they did the whole parade over the River of Poop to introduce all the people, and apparently they introduced South Korea as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, which is North Korea for those that don't know at home.
So me and Chris were at the bar watching this, and so there's no sound.
No sound.
It made everything even worse, because we're like, what is going on?
Yeah, it was very strange.
All the different dances and weird characters, and Yeah, it was.
We do have a South Sudan fan here. Our friend Carl. Carl, nice to see you, bud. I think he meant to say go Shayak. I hope Mr. Shayak does not have a GI issue. But I think he was go Shayak.
That's my uncle, so I feel like that might be a gay joke. I don't know.
Hey.
I feel confident saying he's not following South Sudan basketball.
Okay. So I got that going on. Well, we got that going on. So, all right. Then also in the Olympics, I guess, Katie Ledecky, what is she, a swimmer, I guess?
The fucking greatest swimmer of all time. Thank you very much, sir. Put some respect on her name.
I have a functioning male organ. I don't watch swimming. Anyway, I guess she's been dominating the girls from countries that don't have pools. They like swimming like a Hilton pool when they get over to France and then try to get out there and swim, I guess.
You can hate all you want, but anytime you win a race, nobody else is in frame when you finish. That's something.
No, I can't.
Phelps-esque.
She has the top 20 times of all time in the 1500 meters.
Okay. I can because I don't care. But no, what she did is
she was minus 6,000 to win gold in the 1500.
Are you betting?
Basically, it's like no, I'm not betting that number. You kidding me?
No, just in general, are you betting on like Eritreans playing ping pong at 4 a.m.?
No, the only bets I've made on the Olympics so far were one bet each for men's and women's basketball.
Okay.
2-0.
Okay. I just want to make sure that if we got to call that helpline, which, by the way, when we start posting the thing again, we should probably do that little help disclaimer thing that DraftKings and everyone does.
That's only if we're sponsored.
Well, we're trying to get there. I don't know. We'll see. Also, speaking of Olympians, Chase Budinger, who played basketball at the University of Arizona, is a Olympian, but in volleyball, I believe.
Yeah, he wasn't very good in the matches I saw.
Former guy who jumped over Diddy in the dunk contest playing volleyball.
Is that the picture? Is that the picture I saw where like Diddy's looking up and he's like smiling? Yeah.
Yeah, that's Chase Budinger.
I didn't realize that was him. That's hilarious. Yeah, I watched two of the worst American performances I've seen so far. The 3x3 basketball team, which they haven't won a game yet, neither has the women's 3x3. Terrible. Just no defense. Not fun to watch. It's half court.
It sounds like the Olympic Committee needs to apologize to Ice Cube and get one of those teams over there ASAP.
It would be better.
Because Jimmer and Canyon aren't really doing the job.
Well, think about it. Jimmer and Canyon both look like the missionaries that people expect to see at their door and not Chris. Probably not
if you have
basketball. You know?
If you have a Jimmer and Canyon on your basketball team, you're not winning.
Why don't we just let like those guys qualify, but send like the guys to get cut from USA basketball? For like
it's a different game. Just give the Big Three champion the Olympic nod.
It might be hard finding guys that want to do it in the NBA.
No, maybe. Let's go get Corey. I don't know. Go get Corey Maggette. I just watched Van Wilder. Go get Darius Miles. I watched Van Wilder again the other day. I'm sure he's
pretty sure his knee has been fucked for like 20 years.
Jason Richardson. I don't know. Quentin Richardson. I don't know.
You're saying a lot of names that play in the Big Three. Just get the fucking Big Three champion.
Okay, we'll send the Big Three champion. What are they? The three-headed monsters or something?
Something like that. Yeah, whatever.
Just clone Caitlin Clark and send her. She's not doing nothing except posting bikini pictures in Mexico that that dorks online are getting steamed up for.
Are you one of those dorks?
No, I am not. Every time I love Outkick. I get a lot of our stories from Outkick. I like to work for Outkick. Outkick, Clay Travis, if you're hiring, hire me. But yes, not these two. They can't contribute nothing. But hire me. But yeah, whoever it is, somebody's got Caitlin Clark. It's like Clark or clicks over there, man. And it's just like every day, Caitlin Clark steaming up Mexico. And I'm like, listen, I'm not hating on this young lady. She's an amazing basketball player. I'm sure she's a good person. She ain't the belle of the ball. Okay, who's that girl in the WNBA that tore up her knee that was supposed to be on the 3-on-3 team?
Cameron Brink.
Yeah, the hot one. Yeah, she's in Mexico. I'm interested. Caitlin Clark in Mexico. I'd be more interested in Sky was in Mexico because at least I know Sky's going to be missing a kidney or something.
Beauty is in the eye.
Anyways, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I watched the 3x3 embarrassment and then the Chase Buttinger match. I forget who they were playing, but they didn't look very good either.
Didn't they win? I thought he won.
Not the match I saw.
Oh, okay.
This was a few
I
days
know
ago.
our other U.S. team isn't very good either. So
why don't we just send the AM1 team? Why don't we resurrect AM1 and send the AM1 team? Where's the professor? Let's send the professor over there.
You can legit find like a really good like open gym team that would be better. Like I'm not even kidding. Other than shooting, like it was not good to watch. It was terrible.
I know some people in Charlottesville that run a street ball league called the Tonsillar League. It's kind of like Rucker Park in New York.
That sounds super good.
In Charlottesville?
Yeah, no, it's
the
like
Tonsillar.
It's like former D1
Tonsillar?
football players. It's like Tonsillar because it's Tonsillar Park. But I'm sure you could take the champion of that team and send them out there. I don't know. Former Virginia Cavalier Ahmad Hawkins is like the hype guy on the microphone there. He's also on the Virginia Sports Radio Network. Good guy. Well, I digress. All right. Well, if that's all for sports, I like the debut. Oh yeah, go on.
Just another thing. Simone Biles, fucking amazing. The greatest gymnast of all time. We'll never see anybody else like her. Chick is in 12 feet in the air on the floor routine. That's insane.
You have other countries trying to. Good, my bad.
She won gold today. Suni Lee got bronze. UVA swimming, women's swimming. They got 5 athletes. They've won a few medals. So Virginia Tech. How many medals has Virginia Tech won? Or NC State? Anybody?
Hey, State had some dude. Was it dude? I don't know. It was a swimmer. I don't know. I forget. It was like I clicked like on it, but then didn't pay attention. But somebody from State got a bronze in swimming.
Okay, there you go.
I did see a graphic where the former Pac-12, at least going like early this morning, the former Pac-12 had more medals than the rest of USA.
Well, Stanford sent 54 athletes by themselves. Yeah. So
I mean, Stanford is an Olympic sport. Stanford and UCLA are like the Yankees and Red Sox, Manchester United, Manchester City of like Olympic sports. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, Simone Biles, she's the oldest to win the all around since 1952. Wow. What is she, like 26 now? I'm guessing
27.
She's somewhere around 27. That's
Well, don't like the countries that were behind the Iron Curtain, don't they like take like a kid literally right out of the mom and like stick it into a gymnast thing and then they turn pro at like 7 and they retire at like 15 and then they end up in the factory making hubcaps or something?
Yeah, it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah.
Because we have people like Simone Biles. So step your game up. China, Russia didn't even field the team.
Well,
they got banned.
They can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's just talk shit about Russia in the Olympics. How many medals you got?
Scotty,
fuck you, Russia.
Scotty Zelensky over there stopped them from coming. So,
You're welcome.
Yeah. All right. So, debuting something new here.
That's Leon when he gets a car.
Yes. Let me tell you something. The drinking and the driving in the spaceships, yeah. Well, kudos to our graphics department for that one there. And all 38 cents that they spent making that. But hey, we have videos, we have elements. This podcast is getting better. Oh, and by the way,
don't forget every week. Every single week we forget.
We always forget. But a little shorter end on the weird stuff today. Oh my God, I almost knocked my computer and my 40 on me. That would have been bad. Scotty, you said
show the people what you're drinking. So every time you talk shit about somebody being a Neanderthal or whatever word you use.
This was for comedic effect this evening, and I wanted Chris to feel more at home. So I figured I would bring in something from his natural habitat. It's
rough.
quite terrible. It is. Yeah. I have very, and I mean very good bourbon approximately 20 feet from me that I will have to drink later. I'm going to drink like a gallon of water to wash my mouth out after this. Transition, unlike Scotty transitions. I'm going to transition to very good bourbon because this is god awful. But yes, weird stories, a little shorter on this one today. Scotty, you sent over something. Apparently Ford is trying to be a snitch.
Yeah, this is a very terrible business idea. I know it's not for their own cars, but Ford is trying to patent a camera system that they'll put on one of their own cars that will send messages to authorities if they see other cars speeding. So I guess the cameras will catch other cars speeding, send messages out to the authorities, and they're going to come give you a ticket.
There's so many like, it's so dumb. And it's like so many like legal things I'm trying to think of. Like, is it going to record? Is it going to record that person driving? Like, if Scotty zooms by Chris and Chris is in a Pinto, a Ford Pinto, if they bring that back and he's got a camera, is it going to record it and send a picture of Scotty to Richmond City Police Department and say, "Hey,
I think
Scotty
that's
too hot.
idea.
He was way to Can to drag brunch, and he was going 75 in a 45."
I think that's the idea, like the traffic cameras. But the article does say that they don't know if like that will actually be able to be enforced by police officers. But why would you even think of that if you're Ford? Like that would make me not want to buy a Ford.
This is they'll all adopt it.
People are going to demolish those cameras.
Big business is in cahoots with the government. Eventually, Amazon's going to start selling cars, and they're going to come equip that shit too. Break it all up. Break out the monopolies. Why did we save Ford in the first place?
Yes, very true. Henry Ford was a Nazi sympathizer. He was. Listen
Fuck
to
you,
us.
Ford. Yeah. Unless you want to sponsor us.
Yeah, I don't think
Hitler drove a Ford.
What was it? The Teslas have the cameras, like even when the vehicle's parked, someone gets near it, it records or whatever. And that's how you've seen people like key Teslas and stuff online, and they've sent the stuff in. And I know they got like the little motion sensors. I saw a thing online the other day where it picked up the motion and it had like a model. I can't even describe it, like a render of two people, and it looked like one was bent over the back of the car. And this guy posted it on Threads, which was actually the most interesting content that's ever been on Threads ever. And was like, did some girl just get bent over the back of my Tesla?
Nice.
Yeah. Which, by the way, people have been fucked in worse places than over the back of a Tesla and what would assume to be an Outback Steakhouse parking lot, maybe.
At least it wasn't in the middle of a neighborhood.
People have been baked in worse places. But, I mean, I don't know. This just seems like really weird. And, Chris, I agree with you. I think you give people an opportunity to destroy something, they're going to do it. And I've seen a lot of videos over in the UK where they've been, like, going to war.
That's cool.
Oh, yes, I did. I'm sorry. Where people have been going to war against traffic cameras and stuff like that. They've been tearing these things up. I've seen, like, in D.C. where people spray painted the cameras. People will just start damaging, like, wherever the camera is on those Fords like crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, and you know Chevy's going to come out with, if this does happen, Chevy's going to come out and their new slogan is going to have to do something with them not having the cameras.
Then you'll
not being a snitch.
Then you'll get Nissan and all the people that have like a 384 credit score. They have a Nissan Altima, and the Altima's whole marketing program will be Nissan. We ain't snitching, bitch. Like, that's the whole.
Nah, I think the one thing that's going to come out is this might put Nissan out of business.
That's very true.
Nissan and BMWs.
Ultima owners are going to feel some kind of way. Sir. Well,
they're not paying their tickets anyways, so who cares?
Yeah, they're not paying their tickets. They're not paying their insurance. They're not paying their registration.
Hit the fucking button.
If you have a Nissan Altima,
That might be racist.
If you have a Nissan Altima, you are a scofflaw, and you know it. Okay.
There are all different types of people that. I mean, not different types, different looking people that drive Nissans.
And they're
all terrible
people.
Yeah.
You name a person with a credit score above 384 that has a Nissan Altima. You can't find one. Okay. When you buy a Nissan Altima, it comes pre-installed with a boot. Okay.
I don't even get mad when a Nissan cuts me off because I'm like, it's par for the course.
Yeah. It's like when you see a Florida Gators fan wearing jorts. You know, it's like, okay. Yeah. You see a Virginia Tech fan cashing in aluminum cans to buy football tickets. Yeah, okay. Makes sense. Nissan.
Yeah, UVA fan asking for the manager.
Oh, without a doubt.
Come on.
Karen Detherington III just going ham on some manager at Costco because the chicken wasn't white enough for her. Oh my God.
Jesus. What is happening? We've gone over time.
Yes.
Leon's drunk.
I am completely sober, more sober than a Nissan Altima driver, sir.
Yeah, that's like 3% alcohol. So
yeah, I mean, literally, I'm gonna be pissing for longer than I'm drinking this thing. So, all right. On that unfortunate note, Scotty, you can go ahead and hit the music and play us out of here as we get ready to watch some scintillating Thursday night preseason football.
I'm watching the Olympics.
Kind of. I'll watch both.
Well, follow us online: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, YouTube, Rumble. Rumble's the most important thing. If you do nothing else in this world, nothing else in this life, go to Rumble and watch us. Subscribe and tell a friend. We out. Like Chris has got it.